Hey there, gardener friends. I'm Josh Garzinski here at Stan's Garden Center, and today we're going to talk about what's a very popular topic in the garden, and that's edibles. And this is the time of year when you want to control some of the pests and some of the fungus, some of the problems that you might have down the road. So if last year, if you had a peach tree, you saw peach tree curl, some of that leaf curling, maybe some of the scabs on your apples. Things are changing in the environment as far as what you're allowed to use, what you can use over the counter to control some of that material that you're seeing that's kind of a pest on those fruit trees. So I'm going to give you a little bit of tips today about how you can control the scab and the peach tree curl, things that are bothering your fruit trees. So one of the products you'll see here is the BioAdvance put out by the Bayer company. That's the fruit and vegetable 3-in-1 solution. It's going to control insects, disease, and mites. Okay, so this product here can be used at 5 ounces per gallon. I'm going to get to the distribution in a minute, or 2.5 ounces per gallon, and it's going to be sprayed directly on the tree. But there's a period of time that you really want to get after that tree to make sure you're protecting it down the road. The thing you don't want to do is wait until you see the leaves curl, to see the scab, so you have fruit that's having problems. This product is something you do preemptively to stop that from occurring. You're going to keep it protected as opposed to cure the problem later. So you're going to apply that during persistent times of great humidity, moisture, early in the growing season. So the first time you can start is when you're going to have almost just a little bit of bud break. You're going to just start to see the leaves start to open. Then you're going to see a little bit of pink in the bloom. That bloom is ultimately what gets pollinated and turns into your fruit. So you don't want to spray any material like the horticultural oil, like the 3-in-1, during full bloom. That's a no-no. That there can harm the bloom, therefore kind of reducing your fruit later in the season. So what you're doing is protecting this plant. It's acting like a force field. You're adding a little pyrethrin, a little sulfur to that plant that protects it from those fungal spores, the bacteria, things that cause problems, from having an ideal condition to be able to ignite on that plant. You can do this frequently, every 10 to 14 days, to kind of protect that from the invaders. How do you apply this material? Like I said, you can use 2.5 ounces in mild weather. You could use 5 ounces during persistent weather that causes problems. I'm a giant fan of this right here. This is a dial-a sprayer, relatively inexpensive. The only thing you have to make this operate is water from your spigot, your hose. So if you can get a hose out to your trees, this is the way to go. Why? You can dump this material directly into here. It measures it for you. So it's a dial-a sprayer, because if you want 2.5 ounces, dial it to 2.5 ounces. If you want 5 ounces, dial it to 5 ounces. It does the mixing for you. You don't have to measure it. You don't have to handle it. You just pour it directly into here. Couple footnotes. This material always breaks down with UV. So don't set it on your shelf in the sun and wait to use it the next time. Either put this entire container, label it with a black marker that says fruit tree spray, and you're going to go ahead and put it in a dark area that it doesn't get UV. I also like this right here. If you have some smaller young trees, you can turn it to the fan. That fans out that material. If you have some taller trees, you can put a direct spray. Make sure you got the wind to your back. You can get up there in them hard to reach areas. So that is the easy way to apply some of this fruit tree preventative material. Back in the day, we used to have malathion, we used to have Sevin, we used to have Captan, ingredients that really were more toxic for the environment, maybe not something you wanted on your fruit. These new products here are more enzymatic, more natural, more product that is not so aggressive on the environment, so you can kind of feel free to spray away to protect that. Any questions you have, feel free to contact us here at Stan's Garden Center.